Hey, it's Drew Neiser with another Tuesday tip. We just spent the CMO Huddle mainly talking about organizational structure, although we did spend a fair amount of time on metrics. But anyway, when we're thinking about organizational structure right now, there's so many different issues related to how many direct reports you have, what kind of staff do you need, what's strategic, what isn't. And so we have a wide range of tips coming in. First up is Rashmi Vittal from Productiv. Rashmi, what's your tip?
My tip here is really balance what you need to produce with the people you have to produce it. And that can vary across the size of your company, but be really cognizant of that. And then who you have in seat is really important. Hire the right lieutenants that you need to drive kind of the functional swim lane within your organization.
Okay, we're going back to Jim Collins and the right people in the right seats. Okay, next up, we have Allison Munro from Vena. Allison, what's your tip?
A Tuesday tip would be to drive focus and build structured teams that are aligned to your outcome based on their skills and, of course, your goals.
Love it. Okay, so we're actually aligning this. I'm thinking EOS or some other OKR type system. Okay, next up, Brad Mehl, CMO of Coleman Research. Brad, what's your tip?
My tip would be mind the dotted line and think really carefully about where there's collaboration and where there's accountability with the dotted line with people in your organization outward and with other organizations having a dotted line into marketing, because that's a very thoughtful thing. And there's a lot of implications to that.
Yeah. And so when we're talking about the dotted line, what I want to make sure I'm clear. You need to understand that, but how do you manage it? I mean, what do you do? So we got people that are reporting to one person and then they're dotted line to another person, particularly if that's out of department. How do you as a CMO manage that?
The primary accountability of that person is to their direct report with a solid line.
Right.
But then there's also another accountability of a dotted line. But I think the distinction is the performance review is really done by the primary manager with the solid.
I think I got it.
It can be murky.
Yeah, it can be murky. Okay.
It can be murky, but I'm just saying that it is a way to extend and expand your resources and capabilities if you sort of tap others in the organization and list them in marketing.
Perfect. Okay. Carole Winqwist from GitGuardian. Carole, what's your tip?
I would say balance fuel and engine. So the content production versus the people who are able to use it. I'm maybe a smaller scale organization than some of the people here, but for us growing post Series B, this is really important. So we have enough people executing and enough people producing the content we're going to use in execution. So it's really critical.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you raised that point because we talked about that in the huddle, that this balance, if you have too much money in program, you may not have enough people. Do you have a percentage that you keep in mind for that balance? Like 50-50 or something else?
Oh, on content and execution? Yeah. For me, it's nearly 50-50. Yeah. I mean, I'm an inbound organization, so I need to build a lot of content, a lot of technical content. And therefore, I need the hands to do that. And I can't rely internally and externally because I can subcontract also, but it's really important. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, really interesting range of tips today. Thank you all. If you are a CMO and can share, care, and dare with the best of them, check out CMOHuddles.com and or ping me on LinkedIn. I'm Drew Neiser. That's your Tuesday tip.